Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anantharaman.
It's an absolute privilege to introduce the author of this book, and I've been lucky enough to get this book a few weeks ago in Pune, where we had a similar book release function in my hometown. Venkatesh is a chartered accountant, a fellow professional, who addresses business concerns relating to economic policies, international trade and strategies. He was a ranker at the All India level in the final examination of CA and has been in active practice since 1993. His clientele includes leading corporates in India. MRV is also a regular contributor to various prestigious publications in India. As a prolific writer, MRV often questions conventional beliefs in his writings. He has authored monographs on policy issues, including one on capital account convertibility as well as on inflation. In 2007, MRV authored a book titled Global Imbalances and the Impending Dollar Crisis, predicting the global economic downturn of 2008-9. He is a visiting faculty in various professional institutions, chambers of commerce and universities. A public-spirited personality, MRV is often at the forefront of any debate when it concerns national issues. His columns on rediff.com are an absolute must-read. He writes, I think, once a week or fortnight. Brilliant, really thought-provoking. And, it's been a privilege to know him. As for the book, I've been lucky to have read at least a few dozen pages over the last couple of weeks, and it's quite brilliant. Must say that I think the one word with which Professor Vaidyanathan captured the essence of the book, it's brilliantly researched. You can love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. That's the best way to capture MRV. It's brilliantly researched. The pains which he has taken, to talk about round tripping, to talk about the Mauritius tax treaty, how a lot of wealth is going out and coming back in, to talk about the stock market and the way he has ripped apart the media. So I have been at the receiving end as well. So I think it's a must read. Everyone should buy a copy, as Professor Vaidyanathan said, instead of borrowing one. And should read this book, Sensex and Sentiments, the Failure of India's Financial Sentinels. He's also taken a lot of pot shots at the regulator, and we'll come to that during the panel discussion. I'm sure that Anantharaman sir would have a few different words to say. But now we can go ahead, I think, with the official book release function. I call upon the guests of honor, one Mr. Raju, is he? Yeah, is there? And Mr. Nilesh Shah, I think one of the best fund managers in the country. If anyone is an exception to the rule, it's Nilesh, right? So, if I could request the speakers also to, please. If we could request everyone to stand in the line for the picture. Thank you. If I could request Nilesh bhai to stay back, please. Nilesh, I hope he'll take a little more than 5-7 minutes to talk about the book. MR, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Mr. Anantharaman, Professor Vaidyanathan, Mr. Ranade, Mr. Shah, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Sir, can I have the book for a minute? I come from Tamil Nadu, where the surnames are either Iyers or Iyengars. So, Kushan Singh writes that the degrees of egoism in Tamil Nadu is Iyer, Iyengar. So, I was before a panel of commissioners. One was from the income tax, one was from the service tax, one was from the customs, and I was supposed to speak on the budget. I started by saying there are degrees of corruption: commission, commissioner, commissionerate. The whole topic was only on bashing me by all three of them, and they forgot about the budget. then when the point came that I should reply, I said, yes, in this country there is so much of money that's going out. We simply can't even believe that the type of money that goes out from this country, the amount of money that is parked in various tax havens. So they said, no, these are all nonsense, this doesn't happen, this may be happening in fringes and things like that. I said, chapter 223 of the Gita says about the immortal soul, weapons cannot cut it, nor can fire burn it. Water cannot wet it, nor can wind dry it. I said about the Hawala, neither Commissioner Income Tax can give a notice, neither Service Tax Commissioner can raid him, neither Customs Commissioner can catch him, neither Excise Commissioner can do anything to him. That is the beauty about this Hawala transaction, money laundering that is going on. No authority can do any damn. This goes on, everybody knows about this, everything goes about it. And we have got my biggest worry is not about the Sensex. My biggest worry is about sentiments. We create sentiments to make and mar markets. That is what is happening. 2 days back we had this news, this CD was given to Assange, WikiLeaks. And he is going to release about 2,000 names, Professor. You seem to know it better because Times Now is only interviewing you. So I don't know whether he has got another copy of that. Now, it is quite probable and possible a good number of CDs with the ISI, is with the Chinese intelligence, with the American intelligence, with the Israeli intelligence. We don't know whom. A CD with the Walmart containing the names of somebody in the Commerce Ministry can allow FDI into retail. I'm not into the debate, FDI into retail is good or bad. I'm only saying that your policy can get hijacked the moment the CD is with somebody like Walmart. This is the danger that we are running in. In fact, the book has been dedicated to a Maharashtrian which many Maharashtrians may not know. It's to a person called Babu Genu, who on 12th December 1931, while physically trying to stop a bus, a truckload of material carrying goods from Britain, in Bombay, was crushed to death. I dedicated this book to him. The message that his life or his death gave us was, political independence cannot be independent of economic independence. The problem today is, we are a free country politically, but I suspect that today we are not a free country economically. And when I say economically, I'm not saying that today we are dependent on the world, the type of dependency that we had in the 1960s and the 70s, where it was ship to mouth existence, is what they used to call. Today we are having far better scale of economic growth and prosperity. But that hides a very dangerous trend that today our sovereignty can get subverted even without our knowing it. And that's the issue that I'm trying to bring across in this book. You have this notorious instrument called participatory notes. RBI frowns upon it. In fact, SEBI in its order has passed some orders against participatory notes. Participatory notes, in my view, are not participatory notes, they are phantom notes. And whenever phantoms enters markets, it can play so much of mischief that you don't know who is creating the mischief. But to this day, when you want to go and start or open an account in the State Bank of India across the road, you have to give all your details, your father's account, your name, genealogical tree, your DNA details, everything. But $90 billion comes into these countries and goes out with nobody having a clue about who is the ultimate beneficiary of this. It's such a big scam, and not even a single debate happened in the parliament. So the rigged casino is not only to the stock markets, it's also to the parliament, in a way. Nobody wants to talk about certain things. Nobody is interested. And that makes me pain about all these things. I must thank two people on the dais, Professor Vaidyanathan and Anantharaman, though they did not agree with certain portions of the book, or they were not comfortable with the way I have written, but they have been instrumental in reviewing the book from time to time when it was written. Quite a few people who have painstakingly gone through the manuscript, editors of Rediff and Business Line, whom I have written and shared my thoughts, they have been kind enough to lend the spaces, and I share the views with quite a few reviewers or readers, and they have been good enough to send their feedback to me, which have all helped me sharpen my understanding of the subject, and I've written this with a lot of passion rather than any other anger, as Anantharaman says. Perhaps at my age, anger is justifiable also. I still not old, I should remind Arun, I can still get angry. Amitabh Bachchan at 68 can get angry and still pass off as angry young man. I think I am also not that old. But coming to the issue, there are 2 or 3 things which we need to really focus on. One is, I really focused on is the media. Daily morning, if you open this TV, when there is a cricket match, you have this Ravi Shastri coming and telling us, first 10 overs are crucial. Then batting power play is crucial. Bowling power play is crucial. Middle overs are crucial. Then final slog overs are crucial. You will go on repeatedly saying the same thing. You see Ravi Shastri, you will count the number of times he uses the word crucial. Daily morning you open the TV with this anchors coming in and trying to influence your buying and selling, your position about the markets and what it is and what is not crucial. I suspect there is a much larger game being played out to influence people. If news channels, 24/7 news channels can run at a loss, why should stock markets with stock market channels or channels only on the markets run despite being, apparently running at a loss, but yet continuing year after year after year after year as if nothing has happened? Who funds that loss? Are they making and marring sentiments? What are they up to? I have also been critical about ICAI. In fact, you will be surprised, and I will close with this. I think I exceeded my time. I will just close with this. Can't resist this. Satyam, Pricewaterhouse, GTB. All the 3 were within the radar of JPC in 2001. All the 3 were ordered to be investigated by JPC in 2001. In 2010, till date, we have not yet got hold of one single character out of this. Satyam was under the radar of RBI. There was a FIMA investigation going on in Satyam. It was not, Satyam was not being investigated. Satyam was being investigated, and the fraud in Satyam happened right under the nose of RBI. Till date, Pricewaterhouse, not even one partner has been held guilty by ICAI. 3, on the issue of GTB, RBI failed. So SEBI, RBI and ICAI jointly and severally ensured that the scam continued. And that is why we had much larger scam in Satyam. If GTB would have been prevented, and the same characters came back and haunted us in Satyam. If only we had nailed the scoundrels of the GTB scam, we would not have allowed Satyam to happen. We are allowing Satyam to happen, and from 800 crores, it became an 8,000 crore scam. Believe me, the next scam will be 80,000 crores. Thank you.